All right, folks. Today we have lesson number 12. It's about why do we have many programming languages. It's really important to know why we have many programming languages and what the difference between them and which one is better. Why we have all these programming languages, why we have a lot of programming languages like Python, JavaScript, TypeScript, CSS, HTML, PHP, C++, C Sharp, Java. Why we do have many programming languages, and which one is better, as a lot of people searching or looking for this question. And as we say in the previous video, there is no language better than the another. For that, if you face in your life programmer or developer working even over a decade, and he told you or she's told you there is programming better than the another, so don't talk with these people at all. And these people, they didn't know anything. Why? Because there is no language better than the other. Programming languages are just tools, as we said before. For example, let us assume the applications that we use them every day in our life. We have a huge application around us nowadays. We use them every day. For example, Meta company, they create for us Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram. One of these applications, for example, Facebook, it wasn't built on one or using one programming language. Part of this application was built using PHP, another part using C, another part using C++. All these programming languages together, they create for us Facebook. So there is no programming language better than the other. And which one is better? This is incomplete question. This is not correct question. It is incomplete question. Let me ask you now another question. And after that, we'll get back to our question, which one is better. All right? All right. If I ask you, what is your best color? Or if I ask myself as a Sam, now if I ask myself, what is my best color? I'll tell you this is incomplete question, because you should tell me in what. I'll tell you in what my best color. You mean in cars? I like black cars. If I want to buy a car, I like it to be a black. Like the black color on the cars. So my best color in cars is black. All right, if you ask me, what is your best color in lights? What kind of lights you would like to use it in your home? I told you these yellow desert lights because it's comfy to the eyes, and at the same time it's make a romantic atmosphere. I like these yellow desert lights in the home. And I hate so much the white lights, so much white lights, or these diamond lights. I don't know what they called it exactly. Let's assume it's white lights. I hate it so much in the home. It's annoying my eyes. I cannot read, and it's make the home like a mall. Everything it's like so strong, and you cannot see so much using white lights in my home. I cannot use it. I don't like it. I hate it. But if you ask me what is my best color in shirt or t-shirt, I'll tell you white. Look, huh? Now, when you change the situation or the mission or the thing, it changed with it my desire to the color or my needs to the color. If I will go to buy a shirt or t-shirt, I would like to buy a white one because it's fit me and fit my skin color and everything, and I like it so much. I like the white color. So that's how you should ask. When somebody told you what is your best programming language, or in what you work, you develop in what, it depends about what exactly. Let's get back now to our question. Which language is better? This is incomplete question, as we said, because it depends on your need, because you can use many programming languages at the same time. As we said, Meta company, Facebook application, WhatsApp application, Instagram application, operating system like Windows and Mac OS, all these operating system and this big or huge application around us that we use it every day, they were built using different programming language. Each part of this application was built in different programming languages. All right, now let us have another example to understand more. So let's say this a black car, the Bugatti Chiron. Let's ask ourselves, where can I use this black car, the Bugatti Chiron, this luxury car? Where can I use it? We can say that we can use it in Monaco, because it's a rich city or country, and a lot of people, they have this luxury car. Plus the asphalt is prepared for this luxury car because it's so close to the ground or to asphalt, and you can it's better to you to drive it there because you will not scratch it or damage it from down because they are so close to the asphalt, these cars. So we can use this car in Monaco because the asphalt there better, or any luxury city, for example in Dubai also it's good to use this car. But if I want to go to the Sahara of Dubai, to the desert of Dubai, right, could I take this car with me? No. What I will need for WD, I need SUV car. I need car I can drive it off-road. I can drive it in desert. I can drive it in mountain, for example, Ford Ranger. So now my needs it changed. I was, for example, using, let's assume, the Bugatti Chiron, its basic language, but now because I need a strong car to handle the Sahara and the desert and the mountain rocks, I will use C++ because it's more stronger, right? Correct. But if I want to take container on this car, can I put a container? For example, let's say that I buy or I bought some goods from China and it's now exists in the port of Dubai, and I want to take this I want to take this container and I put it on or behind or on my range on Ford Ranger. Can I do it? No. Why? Because I need a track to take my container that I bring it from China to my warehouse. I need a truck. All right. So now we have different cars, and each car it has different use. Same in the programming. But now before we go to see the different, to make example about the programming or programming languages, I want to ask, what is the only element is shared between these three cars? The only element is shared between these cars that you know how to drive. Driving is important, not the cars. For example, if you have class B to drive a personal cars, Bugatti Chiron and Ford Ranger, it will be easy to you to make or to upgrade your skills to drive a truck to class C. So the driving is important, not the cars. And same in programming. Programming is important, not the languages, because the difference between programming language to the another from the another is just a syntax. When you go and study programming language, you not study programming, you just study programming language, you study just syntax. When you write in your CV that you know JavaScript with Python, with C, with C++, this is a huge mistake. For that, I have in the course about how to create your CV or how to prepare CV in the last of this course, because there is a lot of things or a lot of mistakes developer or the beginner the developer in their life in the beginning, they don't know how to put it in their CV. They know how to program already, but they don't know how to put it in their CV. And instead they say that we build a lot of projects, and they put their project, and what they do using just one or two programming languages, they put that we know a lot of programming languages for HR or the recruiter refuse them and not accept their CVs. So the programming is important, not the languages. How long it takes to learn a programming language? For example, let's assume that you already know how to develop, how to program, or how many months it will take you to learn the syntax, not the programming, because the programming takes time. The syntax of this programming language, how long it will take you to learn it? If you study an hour per day, it will take less than 2 months. If you just put 1 hour from these 24 hours that you have per day, 1 hour, less than 2 months, you will be already aware enough using any programming language and its syntax. But if you put 4 to 5 hours per day, it will take less than 1 month. I put you in 3 weeks. If you study 4 or 5 hours per day to understand the syntax and how you write a small program, for example, or even huge program in a specific programming language that you never used it before, but you put 4 or 5 hours to know how to use it and to know the syntax of this programming language, you will understand everything, or the main thing, the basic thing, less than 1 month. For example, let's say like 2 weeks to 3 weeks, 1 month maximum. For that, I hope that you understand the difference between programming and programming languages, because programming not equals programming language. The programming itself is different than programming languages. When somebody told you, I want to be a developer, I want to be a programmer, he doesn't go or she doesn't go to study just syntax. No, they study something else that we will mention them in the next slide. So I hope that you understand the difference between programming and programming languages. The programming, it's never ever equal programming languages, all right? So please don't waste your time in learning programming languages, because all the programming languages are just a tool, as I said in the beginning of this video. All the programming language, just a tool. They are available for us as a developer to use them to build our application, whatever is it. We can mix, we can use just one program language, we can mix programming language to build our application. It depends about the project and the application or the program itself. So what is programming? You told us that. Now I just, from the beginning of the video, 11 or 12 minutes, I just told you programming, it's important, programming language, it's just a tool. So what is programming? All right. Programming, it's a process of creating a set of instructions that tell a computer how to perform a task. Programming, that you write code, instructions, we call it code, that you write code, clean code, that computer understand it to perform or to carry out for you a mission or task. In the end, you have the result, or in the end, you have the final result, it's the application or your program. So this is the programming, a process of creating a set instruction that tell a computer how to perform a task, all right? It all depends on these things that I will mention it now. Logic, you should upgrade your logic, how to write the code, how to solve the problems, how to write algorithms. This is the logic, all right? And analysis and thinking, ability to find a solution. And this is so much important, because when you upgrade your logic, while you're writing analysis and thinking how to write your program, you will have a lot of errors and bugs. So you will face a lot of problems. You should have the ability, or you must to have the ability to find a solution. Our work as a developers, our job as a developers, is just solving problems. If you know so good how to solve problems or found a solution for your problems, you like this, you will be a best developer ever. So regardless of any programming language, these things that I mentioned before, that what is programming, we say it's all depends on logic, analysis, thinking, ability to find solution. All of these things, you should upgrade them and focus on them and spend time on them using any programming language. Yeah, there is one, it's idle to study these things or use these things or upgrade these skills using specific programming language. I'm not racist to it, like for example C++ or C, because they are mid-level language and they will give you all the concepts that you needed as a developer, as a beginner, as a new developer. But it's not also wrong to study with Python. But in the end, you will get back to study the hard things, or you study the things that you left them from the beginning. So it's better to start from the beginning while you're still zero, or you don't have any clue, or even if you have clue, or you're already studying university Python or Java or PHP, or whatever the university or whatever the campus that they start with you with any programming language, it's better to start with low level or mid-level language, because you will got all the concept from them. So as we said, it all depends on logic, analysis, thinking, ability to find a solution, regardless of any programming language. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of programming language you use it. The important that you upgrade or you gain these skills that we mentioned them in the red lines. And therefore, mastering programming language alone will not make you a good developer. Exactly, as I said also in the beginning of this video, when you want just to master programming language, you think like this, you will be good developer? No. It's better to focus. Better to focus on improving your skills in logic, analysis, thinking, and ability to find a solution using only one programming language. But how and what programming languages, this is what we'll explain in the next slide and next lesson. But that's true. Instead, just to learn syntax of different programming language, focus on something else that is actually related or belong to programming to make you a good developer. For example, logic, analysis, thinking, and ability to find a solution. These things you should to focus about it. You should to upgrade your skills in it. You should to focus so much in these things. using only one programming language. But how and what programming language is better? As you see here in the picture, I do X in most programming languages because it's not idle to start with them. Not because I don't like them, not because I don't use them. No, I use them all. I like them all. But you, as a beginner, if you want to be a good developer, it's better to you to study with Java, C, or C++. And I prefer C++. Why C++? C++ actually, it has procedural programming and structure programming and function programming and OOP, object-oriented programming. Java, it doesn't have all of this. It has just OOP. Yeah, most of the companies now, their project and their business or build their business and their projects and their application on OOP. Most of the companies now, they want you to know how to program using OOP or like OOP programming in this style, in this paradigm. Before you go to OOP, you should first to study or to put your legs or to put your hand a little bit to know how the programming start or how the people was programmed before OOP. Because if you go directly to OOP, you will feel the field is not for you, or you will feel the programming it's hard and you will leave this field, and it's actually easy so much. It's not that complicated, the programming. It's just cumulative educational or learning. You should to take it sequentially, step by step, to understand all the concepts. For that, it's not idle to start with the Python or JavaScript or PHP, because directly they take you to OOP and you will see it and you will feel that it's hard and it's not for you. And I prefer, as I said, C++ because it has procedure, structure, function programming, and OOP oriented project programming. C is also good, but it has just procedure programming and it doesn't has OOP. It doesn't have object-oriented programming. So you need to start with language. It doesn't have OOP because in the end we will program in OOP because that's what market needs, the demands in market. Yeah, there is some companies still they want you to program using procedure program or structure or functional programming, but most of the companies nowadays, 90% and above, or even 95 and above, they want you to OP object-oriented programming. All right. And C++ equal salary plus plus. What this mean in next lesson we'll explain it, because C++, if you work in C++, if you found job using C++ language and develop in C++, most the developer that they program or develop application using C++, their salary always C++, because the project is actually huge. If you are in company and this company, their projects and this program using so much C++, which mean these projects and this company has a huge applications, because the strong application, as we say, is need low or mid-level languages. For that, C++ always who develop in C++ or found job in C++, his salary it will be more bigger and salary plus plus, as you said. And we'll explain this why C++ in next lesson. We have lesson for it, why C++ in next lesson. So that was for today, guys, and I'll see you next lesson. It will be nice and you will know why C++, why we should start with C++, because it's a strong language. I'm not resistant to it. I'm not love just C++. I don't love the another language. No, but it's ideal to start with this language or even another different languages like C and Java. But we in this roadmap, we're going to study or to build our career and to be a good developer using only one programming language, and it will be C++. See you next lesson, guys. Ciao.